Hello, growers. Thank you so much for joining us again in another chapter here at Mexican Mushrooms. Welcome back. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful foundations of cultivation, agar. In this class, you'll learn how to set up a simple home lab, build a consistent sterile workflow, and pressure cook your media correctly. We'll cover what agar is, how to mix recipes, pour plates, and how to use agar to clean, select, and expand your best cultures. Grab your notebook, let's grow. But first, what even is agar? Agar is a gelatin-like substance derived from seaweed. You'll often find it in powder form. When mixed with water and nutrients, it becomes the perfect foundation for mushroom mycelium to grow. Why agar and not liquid culture? On a plate, mycelium grows in 2 dimensions, so you can see what's happening. Healthy growth versus contaminants. That clear, flat view lets you make smarter decisions and keep only the cleanest, strongest lines. This makes it ideal for observing growth. Unlike liquid culture, agar provides a 2-dimensional surface where you can clearly see how mycelium expands, almost like watching rivers flow outward from a center point. That's why modern labs switch to agar. It retains its shape, resists contamination, and provides us with much more reliable results. With this in mind, I'm not telling you that the LC culture media, it's wrong. I like to use it, but will depend of your space and gustos. Now let's talk about contamination, because yes, you will encounter it, and that's okay. On agar, it's much easier to deal with. If you see contamination spreading, you can cut out the healthy section of mycelium and transfer it onto a fresh agar plate. Think of it like pruning a plant, removing the sick leaves so the healthy branches can keep growing strong. This simple ability to rescue clean culture is one of the biggest advantages of agar. When you grow mycelium on agar, you'll notice 2 types of patterns. Rhizomorphic growth looks like branching rivers with clear, strong veins spreading outward. Non-rhizomorphic growth is characterized by a fluffier and less structured appearance. Both are valid, but cultivators often prefer rhizomorphic growth because it indicates a vigorous and rapidly expanding culture. However, even with non-rhizomorphic mycelium, you can cut the healthy edge and transfer it to new agar until you select the best genetics. Here's a pro tip. The very edge of the mycelium, the furthest point from the center, is the healthiest and most vibrant part of your culture. Why? Because that's where the colony is actively expanding, searching for new resources. By transferring from the edge, you're essentially selecting the strongest runners, ensuring your culture keeps moving forward with vitality. Cultures on agar don't last forever. If you leave them too long, they can weaken, slow down, or even stop growing, a process called senescence. That's why it's important to refresh your cultures by transferring them to new agar plates regularly. This practice keeps your genetics strong and prevents them from aging out. The golden rules of sterile work. Remember, Petri dishes should only be opened in sterile conditions. Mastering your workflow is the real secret here. Every move, every transfer, every cut matters. You'll make mistakes at first, you'll see contamination, and that's completely normal. Stay calm. Keep practicing. With time, you'll dominate the technique. The question that the majority of mushroom growers asking, what can you do with agar? So what can you actually do once you master agar? A lot. You can go from spores to agar, from tissue to agar, agar to agar, agar to liquid culture, agar to grain, and eventually agar to bulk substrates. This makes agar your central hub for expanding cultures, isolating strong genetics, and preparing the next stages of your mushroom journey. To wrap up this section of the class, working with agar is delicate, but also incredibly rewarding. Every transfer, every observation brings you closer to mastering mushroom cultivation. So keep your workspace clean, stay focused, and remember, agar isn't just a medium. It's the canvas where your mushroom story begins. And now to finish this part of the class, our French professor, mycologist AI, going to make a brief analogy of this topic for to better understanding. I hope you enjoying.
Bonjour à tous, aujourd'hui je vais conclure votre cours avec une belle explication. Imagine que tu entres dans un marché en Provence, avec l'odeur des herbes et des produits frais. L'agar, c'est comme l'étal vide d'un marchand, une base simple et propre sur laquelle tout peut commencer. Le mycélium s'y installe comme un invité qu'on observe et qu'on apprend à connaître. Dans cette image, 3 personnages jouent un rôle. Le fournisseur de sucre, il apporte l'énergie, malt, dextrose, miel. L'ami vitaminé, la levure, qui fournit les vitamines D pour aider la croissance. Le protecteur, le gypse, qui donne des minéraux importants comme le calcium et le soufre. Tous ensemble, ils créent un environnement où le mycélium peut se développer. Regarder une boîte de pétri, c'est comme voir un jardin bien décimé. Certaines colonies poussent en ligne nette, comme des allées droites dans un parc. D'autres sont plus floues et ressemblent à des buissons sauvages. Les deux formes existent, mais le cultivateur choisit les parties les plus fortes pour continuer son travail. Travailler avec l'agar demande des gestes précis. On ouvre les boîtes avec soin, on coupe une partie saine et on la déplace sur une nouvelle boîte. On prend toujours le bord actif, car c'est là que la croissance est la plus vigoureuse. Avec le temps, les cultures deviennent trop vieilles. Alors, on les transfère régulièrement pour garder leur force. C'est un cycle continu. De l'agar vers le liquide, du liquide vers le grain, puis vers le substrat. Un enchaînement simple qui garde la culture vivante et prête pour la suite.
Thank you for watching another Mexican chapter. Don't miss the next video, where we'll explain more techniques about agar transfers. See you later, grower.